Hey guys, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I never know when the video actually starts. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm AUJHA. This is going to be the reading for the best sign in the zodiac: Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising. This is your reading for 2022. Happy New Year. We are in a new calendar year. I still feel like I'm kind of high up. There we go. Actually, I just have a high ponytail on my head. We are in a new calendar year, so we got new energy rocking with the new universal year energy. I'm not going to do a bunch of plugs. Everything that I want you to see and watch will be down in the description box below, along with the timestamp for this reading if you'd like to skip ahead to it, okay? With that being said, this is going to be a 5-card spread looking at the overall energy for the year, looking at what's on the horizon for us, and a soul message, our archetype, our personal character theme for this year, okay? So let's get into it, Cancer. We got an interesting one for this year, but it's a good one. It's good cards. Good cards, I think. Good cards, I think. All right, let's get into it. First card in the spread, Cancer, is in the position of the overall energy, the theme for us for the year, and we've got full spectrum. So this is a card that's all about perspective. And you know what? I love this reading. I said we got good cards, but I really love this reading because I did not realize I was going to open it up with my personal mantra. It's all about perspective. So what I get, Cancer, is that especially with us being in a whole panoramic for the past couple of years and still being in one as we are coming into this new year, my nose is still itching. We've been in this space, and I know a lot of Cancers have taken this opportunity and just taken advantage of having to stay in the house. But by doing so, and this is one of the reasons why Cancer is like this, is not just a defense mechanism. It's because we spend a lot of time in our heads and in our hearts reflecting and figuring things out and taking our lessons from our experiences so that we can apply them to life, so that we can move in the way that we want to move. You got the full spectrum card for the overall energy for the year. So what I will say, Cancer, is that you are going to have a lot of, what is the word that I'm looking for? The word is not important, but on that level, you're going to have a lot of important interactions and conversations, and occurrences happening during this year in which you are learning things about yourself. And this, it may not happen on a conscious level while where you're in the conversation, you're like, oh, I just learned this about myself. You may have a conversation and then a couple of days later, you might be sitting there thinking and go, oh my gosh, I understand now. I get it. You're going to have a lot of that during this year, okay? With that being said, the numerology on this card is 26, which breaks down into 8. So what I will say there is that this is a year, 8 is the number of infinity, cycles, and karma. That's what I associate it with. I also associate it with exponential growth. So this is a year for you in which you were taking everything that you've learned over the past cycle of your life, past few years, past 4, 5, 6 years, whatever the case may be, taking what you've learned from by way of your experiences and putting them into place like building blocks over the course of this year. I was gonna say slowly. I guess slowly is coming out, slowly and gradually over the course of this year. So by the end of the year, you literally have the foundation that you need to get it rocking and rolling. Cancer, I feel like this is going to still be a year of building for you. It's going to be a year of building and learning for you is what I'm getting. Now, with that being said, if you look at the imagery on this card, this chick, she got all her chakras, they all align, and she's looking up to the sky. She's probably looking up at her little soul star chakra. This is a year of alignment for you as well. So in addition to bringing all these building blocks together and taking the things that you've learned from your experiences, what's happening for you, Cancer, is you on a subconscious, on a higher level, you're shifting your energy. You are shifting yourself into alignment. So as you have these conversations and you learn this thing about yourself, what you may not realize is that you just put that in your memory bank. And so now every time you come into a situation like that, you are going to respond in the way that you learned to respond by way of what you gained from your experience. And this has shifted you over into alignment, puts you into a little bit closer to the space that you need to be in on a spiritual level to set you up in the physical for whatever it is that you're supposed to be, excuse me, forever, whatever it is that you're supposed to be going toward and that you're supposed to be manifesting in this tangible world, okay? Now, let's get into the next card for us. And this is what we've got on the horizon in general. High Priestess. This is one of my favorite cards, y'all. Y'all know I love me the High Priestess card. So going back to what I was saying about this being a year of alignment and also a year of perspective, the High Priestess is a card of observation. She's somebody who sits and watches, and as she's sitting and she's watching, she's peeping all the game. So what's happening over the course of this year for you, and that is going to be your energy. You are peeping game this year, Cancer, and that's you peeping game in relationships, you peeping game in work, in the work area, in your career field. You're peeping game in regards to how you move in this life. And when I say peep game, it doesn't always mean that you peep something negative, and I know it sounds like that, but when I say peep game, you are literally learning, picking up on, and putting away knowledge. Excuse me, why can't I get this out? So many messages trying to come out at once. Putting away knowledge to help you progress on the path that your spirit, your soul has put in place for you. You have the High Priestess and you've got the full spectrum card. So literally what is happening is your intuition, your moves, your observations are putting you in a position to where everything that you learn prepares you to become aligned for whatever it is that's coming in. And I get that as big things coming in, Cancer. I feel like a lot, maybe not a lot of you, but there is a specific storyline apparently that I have to get out. I feel like there are some Cancers that have been working on something over the past year, like a project or like a degree or something, or something that has taken time. Like you've had to put in consistent work over time. I feel like you've been working on this over the past year, but I don't feel like it's been the whole year, which is the crazy part. I feel like you've been working on something over the past year that has taken time, and you have to put consistent work into it, and it is very gradual and it is not done yet, but you are coming into alignment with success on that front, okay? This year, going back to the building blocks that I gave with the full spectrum energy this year, taking those building blocks from everything that you've learned and the work that you've done and putting them into place to set you up for success here. I feel that closer toward the end of the year, like fall, winter time, is when you were going to start to see things start to kind of shake and move in this area. I don't necessarily know that you'll see the full return on it in this calendar year, but I definitely feel like you'll see the initiative point on achieving the success in that area during this year, if that makes sense. I know that sounds like a bunch of talking in circles, but I feel like that was the best way to explain it. With the High Priestess card too, there is also just this notion of this being a year. I get this very much no nonsense energy. This is a year in which, like, you've got everybody's game. Anybody trying to get one up on you, get one over on you, you're kind of like, I see straight through this. Like, I completely, like, there's no way you're going to be able to pull that over on me. Like, I see what you're doing. There's also, and I get, this is funny, I get that you're going to be in conversation with a few people this year, and you're just going to be talking, which is honestly probably channeling information. You're going to be talking, you're going to say things, and people are going to be like, how do you know that? Or they're going to go, well, how do you know that's going to happen? Or, well, how did you figure that out? And their thought process is going to be, there's no way that you would know that. There's no way that you should have that information. And it's literally going to be because you are tapped into this High Priestess energy for the year. The High Priestess, I do associate with water sign energy. In Cancer, you are a water sign. So you are very much locked and loaded with your intuitive gifts and psychism and spirituality during this year, and it is going to come up randomly in conversations. I would not be surprised, Cancer, if you are just saying things at one point and then a couple months down the line the things happen and people are like, oh my gosh, you said this was going to happen exactly like this, and you're going to be like, yeah, because it doesn't phase you. This is a Cancer thing, and this is also a thing that happens with spiritual people a lot, but it's not going to phase you that you're calling these things like you see them. But really what it is Cancer, you're just good at reading people's energy and reading the energy of certain situations during this year. And it makes it look like you're magic, which you are magic. We're all magic. But High Priestess energy is very big, very, very big this year. You've got big things coming in, but you're still in a position of learning and preparation and observation, and this has to do with work too, especially regarding that project. I get, Cancer, that the project that you're working on is not something that you can do on your own, or that it's something that you're like, I need a bigger platform for it. So you have to do more work and more research in order to get your work to reach the audience that you want it to reach. And it's going to, but this is the observation card. I don't know what that was, but that was a noise, and that was a confirmation. I said that literally right after I said it's going to reach success. It's an observation card. So this is, I think there's a message here to say, as far as that bigger platform is concerned, you need to get into spaces to where you can really see how it works. So you can really see how it goes down. So you see how to get to where you're trying to be, if that makes sense. Specific storyline for somebody. All right, getting into the next card. In Cancer, if you are new to my channel and you're watching this video and you are all unicorn and fluff and rainbows, peace. Because we have this has been bothering me all day. I started doing readings earlier and I realized that my middle fingernail popped off. And because I've been working with like sage and stuff, I'm getting stuff under my nails. This bothers me so much. But I was thinking of the time it took to do the nail in between readings, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take the L and just do the readings, and I'll do the nail later. So, but every time I look at it, I'm like, ugh. Anyways, I keep it real in my readings. We have a very real message coming up here. In the position of finance and career, we've got the Devil card. Okay? And so the first thing that I got with that, and which was interesting, is that I'm not getting a scarcity energy from this. So I want to speak to money first. I'm not getting that you have no money. I'm getting two specific storylines with this on the money front. You're not doing what you need to do with your money. Like, you're spending money recklessly. Like, you're just careless with your finances. You're not investing correctly. Or you're wasting money. Wasting money is what I'm getting. I don't know. I'm going to pull a couple cards on that. Another story, another energy that I get with this card is something funny going on with your money. Like, people playing with your money, or people holding out, like not paying you what they're supposed to be paying you. Like, check your pay stubs. Me and a really good friend of mine, we used to work together. We worked for an airline, and when we first started, we got our first check, and like, I don't know what she was looking at, but she looked at the check, and we were missing $1.87, and me and her clicked right away. So I was already rocking, right? So we missing $1.87. She told the trainer, the training facilitator, like, yo, our checks are, like, my check is short $1.87. So it was this big joke about, like, oh, y'all is #187, blah, blah, blah. But me and my homegirl, we went down to the payroll office, ended up finding out that they had us set up on the wrong type of pay. And so if we wouldn't have caught that, it would have been months of them shorting us. And now think, you get shorted one check $1.87, and you work in this job and you work in overtime hours too, that $1.87 gonna add up over the course of them checks. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of funny stuff going on with your money this year, because you have the Devil card. And it could be intentional and it could be unintentional. It could have something to do just with like systems, like the story that I just told you. That had something to do with like what our position that we were on in the system. And once they fixed it and we got our correct pay, we got put on the right salary. Could have something to do with that. But I am getting that there's going to be, I get that you are owed money, or that you're not going to get paid for something this year. Like something that you're supposed to get paid for, or you're going to be waiting for it, or something of the sort. But what I also get, and you know what, because of the Devil card, I will say, Cancer, that it is possible that whoever owes you the money, or wherever the money is coming from, they're aware of the fact that they owe you money, but they don't have an obligation to tell you that. That's crazy. So this could be some sort of like government. This could have something to do with like taxes. I know a lot of people have been on unemployment. This could have something to do with unemployment. For people like with inheritances, I'm not even going to try to say it. I've been having the hardest time with that word for like I've never had an issue with that word. I don't know why I can't say it right now, but something going left with your money, and somebody knowing about it but not necessarily giving you the information that you need. You know what, let's pull some cards on that. So watch your finances this year. If you work somewhere to where you get paid like a paycheck, make sure that you're like, and especially if you work like different times of the night and you work in a state where there's a shift differential, make sure you're getting paid your shift differential. If you're working overtime, make sure they're actually paying you the correct amount of overtime. If you freelance, make sure that you're doing your consultations and signing your contracts up front. You might even have to ask for your payment up front and just have to, your client gonna have to go off the strength of your previous work, in all honesty. But I get you're gonna have to watch your money very closely this year, and it's not because you're not receiving money. I get that you're supposed to get more money than what is coming in for you during this year, but I'm also getting that you'll catch it, Cancer. Cancer, who are we? We are the mama. We are the mothers of the zodiac. If anybody is messing with our money, which means you messing with our livelihood, we'll catch it. We'll peep it. We will. Like I said, you're peeping a lot of game this year. Some insight into the funny money. What's good with that? I hate when the deck cuts like that, but apparently this is the card that needs to come out. The Queen of Swords. Yep, there's another message to paying attention. Sorry, Queen of Swords. Another message of watching your, and that Queen of Swords is baby high priestess energy for me. Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups is baby high priestess. Watch your money. Observations. Pay attention. You'll know. Like I said, you'll be peeping game. The 8. Yo, confirmation. 8 of Swords. Somebody's keeping it. It's a secret. Who is it? What number is that? Is that the 10? That looks like the 10 of Swords. It's possible that you have money coming from a few different places that you're supposed to have, and it's also possible that, ooh, okay, juicy. This is specific for somebody. This one is coming in. And why do I feel like it has to do with an inheritance? It might have to do with an inheritance or a project that you're doing, a collaborative project, okay? There is somebody in the situation who wants to pay, ooh, chills, who is like, this is wrong. They need to get paid. They did all this work, or it was said that they're supposed to receive this, right? Somebody else, and I get on a level of jealousy, like they just have something against you. That's like something like childhood. That's wild. Yo, these intuitive messages are crazy. But they're like, nah. It's like they don't deserve it, or they need to come ask for it. They need to do it. Don't worry about it. If they want it, they'll figure it out. That's wild. I hope that's not nobody in your family, Cancer. I'm talking, like I'm not a Cancer, Sun, Cancer, Moon myself. First of all, if that's anybody in my family and y'all is watching this video, y'all know I bang. We'll fight. What's good? Tower. Yo, you guys. Cut. 8 of Pentacles. Whoo, Cancer. It might be somebody in your family. It might have something to do with your family, or it might be somebody close to you that's gonna have you like, we've been doing this work together. Are you supposed to be my ace boon coon? And you really Again, this is a year. It's all about perspective. It is all about perspective. It is all about, again, like I said, you're learning things about yourself, about the people around you, about the way that you're moving. That just made me mad. Like, see if I'm going to pull a couple more cards on that, because I just want to know if, like, is that going to come and go, or is that going to be a lingering thing? Everybody else getting all these extra cool, crazy readings in the love position. And of course, Cancer got to come up in the money department. Of course. The Moon. Yep, there's some funny business going on. Some funny money stuff going on. And the Star. Whew, okay. Is some jealousy. And you are just whatever this money is, or this payment, or this recognition, it could be recognition too. There's some jealousy, and whoever it is on the other end doesn't want you to receive it because they feel like they deserve it. They feel like, and they know you deserve it, but they feel like they deserve it too. Queen of Wands. Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Cancer, put aside some bail money. I wasn't that was gonna be an inside thought. Put aside some bail money. That's all I got to say. Put aside some bail money. You might be fighting this year. You gonna come into a position. Somebody gonna have you ready to box over your bread. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And I'm moving on to the next. I'm moving, like, I don't even have anything to say about career. As far as career goes, just very, very quick message there to just be mindful of the people around you because you do have the devil card here. And this also points to, this is the first message I wanted to give. This is a lack mentality card as well. And I said you have a lot of cards of alignment in your spread. The devil card is also an alignment card. This points to needing to work out those negative and doubtful and dense and stagnant thoughts that we carry around in our headspace. So moving away from the crazy, Tyler Perry movie storyline. If you find yourself in a space to where you are kind of strained and stressed for coin, Cancer, you're going to have to snap yourself out of it. This is a get real, and I'm going to get to that in your last. This is a get real with yourself spread too. You're going to have to snap yourself out of it and look at how you've been moving, look at how you've been working. Cancer, when we don't want to do something, we are lazy. Like, I'm just going to be very real. I'm a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer Venus, so I can talk about myself. When we don't want to do something, we are lazy. Are you not working? Like, are you calling off of work? Are you giving your hours away? That might be why you ain't got no money. Cancer, are you sitting in the house every day like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills? Where am I going to get my money from? When you speak things and think things, you will them into existence. So Cancer, if you ain't got no money and you stress for money, why is it? Because you're sitting up there putting that out into the universe. Be mindful of the way that you are speaking and thinking about your bread, about your coin, and also about your career, because you can manifest that. So this is a warning sign on that level to just put more light and more positivity into the way that we think about money, in the way that we handle money and our energetic relationship with money. And now on the other side, just put a little bit of that money away, because you might have to bail yourself out of jail. This is wild. I hope that... Okay, let's go into the next section. We're talking love and relationships now, and we've got the 9 of Wands. Okay, so there's a couple of different messages, a couple of different energies that I'm picking up here with this one. Let's speak to the singles first. Cancer, singles. I get that it's been kind of quiet for you. Like, you've either been like dating sporadically or not dating at all, is what I'm picking up on. For however long, who knows? But what I do get is that this is a year in which you are going to have quite a few options. I typically read the 9 of Wands as a positive card, but I also read with the imagery of the deck that I'm speaking to. So first, let me speak to the positive message. Cancer, I'm hearing, dun, dun, do the drugs, don't let the drugs do you. What is that song? Ab-Soul, just have fun. Do the drugs, don't let the drugs do you. Speaking to love, like, I get that this is a year in which you're supposed to be out there having fun. You could be out there tossing it. It is a fire card. Whenever I put fire in the love section, though, I do say make sure that you are being safe and using protection, okay? But with the 9 of Wands, speaking to the positive energy, you are going to just be having some fun. You're going to be out there having some passionate interactions, situationships. I'm not getting big relationship foundational energy, especially with this being a fire card. Now I want to go into the imagery of this card, you guys. You see this person? They're holding on to one wand. So there is, and this could be another specific energy, specific story. Sorry about that, Claire. Specific storyline for somebody watching this video. But you have a somebody. There is somebody, and I get that you're not with them. I get that you're not together for whatever reason. It could be because you're like, we want to get ourselves together. It could be distance. It could be like, this is not the right time. I got other things going on. I don't know what the case may be, but I get that you have a somebody. This person is holding on to one wand. However, he's not looking at the wand. And so I get that you're like, this is what I want, but there is just an energy here of a little bit of a disconnect. And I get, what I'm getting is like this is what I'm going for in the end. But as for right now, like, I'm not really focused on this. This is not like, yeah, this is mine, but I'm trying to see what's trying to see what's happening over here. For like, you stay here, but what's good? And so I feel like that's the energy that a lot of you single Cancers are going to be coming with during this year. So, you know, live your best life is really all that I can say about that. Now, speaking to the people in relationships, Cancer, you have the Nine of Wands, and I'm going to read this a little bit differently for you guys. The Nine of Wands comes right before the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a bunch of chaotic, crazy, too much going on. I would not be surprised if by the end of the year in your relationship, little tedious things start bothering you. You start getting really annoyed with stuff that your partner's doing or not doing. Cancer, Nine of Wands. That relationship is getting ready to run its course during this year. And I don't care how long you've been in it. You could, and I'm not picking up on like, so if I'm speaking to people who are in marriages who have no intention, who are not like even thinking about divorce, and that's not even an energy for them in this spread, you are going to go through a patch during this year in which you are just kind of over your partner. Now, for people who are in relationships who are not super foundational like that, this relationship is getting ready to run its course. And that's just really all that I'm feeling. And what is interesting, Cancer, with us being the emotional beings that we are, typically when I get cards like this in readings, I feel heavy in my heart. But Cancer, I do not feel anything in my heart space. And so what I'm picking up on is that you're really just on some like, this was cool, but like I'm not feeling it. Like I feel that you might be in a relationship that doesn't have any love left in it. And not to say that you don't love the person, because there's a thing. You can still be in love with somebody, you can still love somebody, but not necessarily be in romantic love with them. And I get that may be excuse me, approaching for you guys during this year. Now, speaking to the imagery for you people in relationships, again, going to this little dude holding on to I was gonna say the sword. This is not a sword. This is a wand. Holding on to the wand. He's holding the wand, but he's looking back behind him. Like, what's going on over there? Why are you still holding on to this wand? And that's what I get on the relationship side. On the single side, I'm not reading that energy. On the relationship side, I'm really getting you only holding on to this relationship because you don't want to see anybody else with the person. I also get that you're only holding on to the relationship because there is a feeling of you feel like you're supposed to be in a relationship. I get like I'm tired of being single, or like not single because you're in a relationship. Like I get like this is supposed to work out. Like this is the plan. This is how I wanted it to go. And so this is how I want it to be. But the heart wants what it wants. In Cancer, your heart is not necessarily going to be in it anymore. So when those little annoyances start popping up, just know that that's probably the telltale sign that it's getting ready to wrap itself up. And now I need to make sure that I say this to you guys because I have been a victim of this myself. When you are in relationships or situationships, whatever the case may be, that you have gotten everything you need from one that have run its course, just to keep it simply, and then you remain, things start getting crazy because when your energy is out of alignment with the situation, it starts to clash. And when energy is clashing, things start going all out of whack. So just keep that in mind when you start getting the telltale signs of, hey, this is run its course. Cancer, you need to give it light, and you need to be real with yourself about it. Okay. Segue into the last card. As I was saying, this is a spread about being, not the whole, well, yeah. One of the themes of this spread is being real with yourself. And you got the mirror as your soul message, as your archetype for this calendar year. Cancer. And I'm about to call us out here. We have this thing very bad, and they joke about it in all the memes. Like, for example, the joke. How does the Cancer apologize? I'm sorry you feel that way. Tell me that's not true. Tell me that's not true. That is how I apologize. I know it's how I say sorry. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. What you want me to do about it, right? We've got to take accountability for ourselves and for our actions this year, okay, Cancer? Because we have full spectrum and there's all this perspective and alignment energy, you have to be honest with yourself. You're not going to be aligned if you're lying to yourself about the way that you're moving, if it's a way that's detrimental to your progression. How are you're going to be out of whack. That doesn't work. You have to get real with yourself about situations that you're in. You have to get real with yourself. Going back to this this situation with the money, you got to get real with yourself about your demands and about what you deserve and about what's going on around you and about the energies and the people that you have involved, and understanding that money can make people move funny, and you might have to make some changes and make some moves in your life that you may not necessarily want to make but are going to be beneficial for you. You can't have malicious people like that around you. I will say that. But we'll say that. And if there's somebody super close to you in family, you can love them from a distance. This part of the spread made me real mad, y'all, if y'all can't tell. Anyways, got to get real with yourself about how you are in love. You in that relationship that's running its course, look in the mirror. Do I want this anymore? You probably don't. If you're the single person and, oh, I didn't say this, single Cancer with the options, you are going to be giving these people, these little other 8 wands, the work. And I pick up on the, like, everybody wants to be with you, and I get that, Cancer. You are not giving them a concrete, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. I get that you're enjoying it, especially because I felt like some of you guys are coming out of like a dry spell. Like, I get that y'all are like, oh, this is fun, I enjoy the attention, but you're not telling these people, you're not telling them. Oh, my personality has been coming out so much in these 2022 readings. It's crazy. You're not telling these people, I actually care about somebody, and there's somebody that I'm gonna be with. I'm not gonna say have plans on, because Cancer, I get the feeling that you're gonna end up with the person that this wand is. You're not telling the people that you deal in these other 8 wands that there's somebody that you have a cord of attachment to, and you just waiting for the right place, right time, right situation, right energy. You like, well, until that goes down, y'all could give me what I want. You could wine and dine me. You could take me out. You could blow my back out. You could do whatever it is that you want. But you're not telling them, by the way, but you can't be my man. I think you better call Tyrone. You Cancer. On the shadow side, let's just keep it very real. Again, I'm Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Venus, so I'm talking about myself. We're emotionally manipulative. And we are also known for having the juice, the sauce in the bedroom, and being able to make people do whatever it is that we want because of that. So I get that you this year are playing on that, Cancer, and I'm not knocking you for it, whatever. But you do have the Mirror card, so with that being said, at least be real with yourself about it. And when you get into a space, when you progress more closer to whoever that wand is, when you figure this stuff out, and when you get all the observations of the High Priestess card, you'll find yourself in a space in which you're honest with yourself, you're honest with everything that's going on around you, and it'll put you into the alignment of this full spectrum card so that you can be ready for those opportunities that are going to start coming in for you by way of the things that you have been working on that I mentioned earlier on in this video. All right, Cancer. That's your spread. That was a crazy one, but I'm with it. If you enjoyed that, you like those messages, do me a favor. I'm gonna go and put the description in a couple of minutes. Leave a tip or a donation. It does help to make it so I can keep putting up free content for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have a Cancer friend that you know got some funny stuff going on in their family, or you got a Cancer friend that's been single for a minute, send them this video. Tell them it's time to just have fun. Do the drugs. Don't let the drugs do you. I know that sounds crazy, so you guys go, when you finish watching this video, look up Absol, just have fun, and they say that so many times in the song. It's the only part that I can really remember right now. Might be doing some psychedelics this year, apparently, because I keep singing that song. Anything in moderation is cool. Don't overdo it. But yes, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Check all the links in a couple of minutes, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.